800 yards, take the A3 at junction 10 towards Portsmouth.
Thank you, Sadie. Good to know you're keeping me on the right track.
In 200 yards, take the exit at junction 10 towards Portsmouth.
Yes, all right, I heard you the first time.
Take the exit.
Jawohl, mein Führerin.
At the roundabout, take the first exit A3 to Portsmouth.
Ah, the lights are actually green for once. So, Portsmouth, here we come.
We present Consequences by Nigel Banks.
So, what's the time? 11:15, and my ETA is 12:06 according to Sadie. Should have been at the school for 11, but never mind. It serves Jerry right for sending me so far off my usual patch. Talk with the devil. Hi, Jerry.
Radice, what the hell's going on? I've just had Mayflower School onto me wondering where you are. Their open morning started a quarter of an hour ago, and they don't want you wandering into the main hall with all your samples and display stuff while the parents are already looking around. It gives the wrong impression.
Yeah, I know, Jerry. I'm really sorry, but the traffic's been awful, and I did warn you it was going to be tight. I had to go to the warehouse first to get those new science books, remember? And then the N25's been murdered.
You still haven't told me where you are.
I'm not far off now. Be another 15 minutes tops. I'll give them a call to reassure them.
You do that, Radice. Then make sure you get your sorry arse over to the Abbey School in Southsea by mid-afternoon. They have their break at 3, so I want you all set up with your display in the staff room well in time for that.
3's a bit late to be having an afternoon break, isn't it? The kids will be going home at 3:30, won't they?
Nah, it's one of those new academies. They go on till 5, so they'll have a break at 3. Good idea as far as I'm concerned. Keep the little bleeders at it, I say. Right, gotta go. Check in with me before you set off back so I can confirm your school visits for tomorrow.
Yep, will do.
Right. Laters, Radish.
Yeah, missing you already, Jerry Rawlins. Or should I call you Raw Plug? How would you like that?
In 800 yards, keep right at the junction with the A247 for Guildford.
Just because I had the distinction of having an Italian grandfather with the surname Radice, I've been saddled ever more with the nickname of Radish. I thought it might stop after I left school, but oh, no. I have to put up with it on a daily basis from my caring line manager, Raw Plug.
Keep right.
On to the end of the road, eh, Sadie? Another fun-filled day in the life of Matt Radice, travelling sales representative for Sunburst Educational Publishers Limited. Another day of putting on my fixed smile while sitting in yet another staff room and being pointedly ignored by most of the teachers. Can't say I blame them. Poor sods look punch-drunk when they come in for their breaks. The last thing they want to do is browse through my textbooks they can't afford because their department budget's been cut. But the exam syllabus has been changed yet again, thanks to some bright spark at the Department of Education, so their current textbook will soon be out of date. So then they have to argue with the school bursar they need more money to buy new books. But the bursar tells them no can do, because the contingency fund has already been earmarked to pay for urgent repairs to the school buildings which are falling down. So, the head of department tells his staff they must produce their own resources using the internet and other reference material, which they have to do in addition to all their other administrative and academic duties. So no wonder they don't want to spend their precious break times looking through the stuff I'm peddling.
In 800 yards, keep right at the junction with the A281 for Godalming.
Godalming? No, silly Sadie, it's Godalming. Your manufacturer in Taiwan or wherever you were made clearly hasn't got to grips with the erratic pronunciation of some of our more eccentric place names. Oh God, what does she want?
In 400 yards, keep right at the junction with the A281 for Godalming.
Yes, light of my life, what can I do for you?
You were out early this morning. I came back from my power walk expecting my usual smoothie to be waiting for me on the breakfast bar, but you'd already left.
Yes, I had to go to the warehouse in Reigate first to pick up some new textbooks before setting off for Portsmouth.
Portsmouth? Well, that's not on your usual patch.
I know. Tell me about it. Rawlings is sending me further and further afield these days to chase the business. The traffic's been a nightmare, so I'm way late. No brownie points for me today. again.
Well, just make sure you're back in good time. We've got that do at Hampton Court tonight, and I want to get there early so I can have a word with James Peterson before the competition arrives.
I thought that was tomorrow.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Matthew, it's been on the calendar for weeks. You are not going to let me down on this. I won't allow it. This is a golden opportunity for me to schmooze some real big hitters and line up a few juicy new clients.
Right. What time do we leave?
6 at the latest if we're to get through the traffic.
What? You'll be lucky. I've got to go to another school in Southsea this afternoon. I won't get away from there before 4 at the earliest. And I'm going to hit rush hour traffic on the M25, so God knows how long it'll take me.
That's simply unacceptable, Matthew. You'll just have to pack up early, make some excuse and get yourself back home in good time.
I can't do that. Rawlins is on my back enough as it is these days, without me giving him even more ammunition.
Oh, don't be so pathetic. It's not as though you're going to miss out on thousands of pounds worth of business if you leave a bit early. You've said it yourself, it's mostly a waste of time these days, standing in staff rooms like a spare part in the vain hope that some teacher's going to put in an order for one of your stupid textbooks.
That's not fair, Alex.
Come on, Matt, let's cut to the chase. Remind me, how much did you earn last year?
Oh yes, you just love to throw that one in my face, don't you? And as I've said before, the value of a job cannot be measured in pound signs alone.
Oh, really? That doesn't stop you from enjoying the benefits of my superior income, like the luxury holidays in Barbados, or being able to drink Grand Cru Burgundy every day of the week if you want.
Okay, you don't need to rub it in. So I'm just your executive toy, in effect. You might as well have my balls on a plate while you're at it. In fact, if we're having a cards-on-the-table conversation, why are we still together when I'm such a failure in your eyes?
Oh, you still have your uses. Like being my escort at functions like tonight's. I need you to be my chauffeur and to rescue me when the clients get a bit too frisky. It's a small price to pay, surely, in return for being able to live in considerable comfort. You should count your blessings.
Oh, I do. Not a day goes by when I don't thank the Lord that I'm married to Alexandra the Great.
Careful, Matthew. That sarcastic tongue of yours is going to overstep the mark one of these days. And then I may well throw you out on your ear. I'd like to see how you'd cope in the real world as opposed to the hermetically sealed bubble you live in at the moment.
Fine. Now, is that the end of today's lecture, or are we going for the full half hour?
You don't know when to stop, do you? Just make sure you're back home by 5:30 at the absolute latest, or else there will be consequences.
Always a pleasure talking to you, my little scorpion. There will be consequences. How have you let it come to this, Radice? You let her treat you like an errant teenager. She'll be confining you to your bedroom with no tea next. You've got to stand up to her. Tell her where to get off. Easier said than done.
In 800 yards, keep right. A3 Hindhead Tunnel.
Well, I don't have much option, Sadie dear. There isn't a turn-off till after the tunnel, so where else am I going to go? A bit like my life. On a road with no exits. So you stay on it till the bitter end, eh?
In 200 yards, keep right. A3 Hindhead Tunnel. Keep right.
Well, at least you're predictable, Sadie, unlike so many other things. Hello, darling. What an unexpected surprise. I thought you were going to be incommunicado this morning.
Well, my meeting finished early, so I thought I'd give you a bell. How was the journey?
Terrible. I'm still doing it. Just passing Hindhead. I'm going to be very late, which won't please Rawlins, or the school for that matter. The M25 was murder. I should have set off earlier. But I just had to make an important detour to visit my favourite sexy graphic designer first.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Mr. Radice. Oh, it was so good to see you.
Oh yes, right time of day. Kids out at school so we can have our own playtime.
Yes, it was so good. Matt?
What, darling?
I've been thinking.
Oh yes, what about?
It just feels so right between us when we meet. And the girls adore you. I was worried when they first met you, but you seemed to hit it off right away. But it's hard on them, and me, of course, that we only see you every now and again.
I know, sweetheart. I feel the same. But what can I do? My job takes me all over the place. Further and further away these days, thanks to Mr. Jerry Soddin Rawlins.
Well, I was thinking, why don't you move in with us? You'd still be going here, there, and everywhere during the day, but in the evenings you could come home to us and we could be a proper family. You could rent out your place, which would help the financial situation. Oh, it just seems to make so much sense.
I don't know. I mean, it's certainly something to bear in mind for the future.
Do I detect the sound of cold feet?
No, not at all. It's just... You've taken me by surprise, that's all. I mean, we haven't known each other that long, and you were so quick to tell me you weren't looking for anything too heavy in a relationship, especially after your messy divorce.
I know, and when we met, the last thing I was looking for was anything full on. But you seem to have wormed your way into my affections, and my daughter's.
And you into mine. Look, if what we've got is so special to both of us, then I think it's important that we don't rush into anything, yeah? Hello? Are you still there? Damn, the signal's gone. Didn't see that one coming, did you, Radice? Wormed your way into her affections, all right? Now you've got to worm your way out of agreeing to shack up with her and her lovely daughters. Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
Hello? Matt? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Signal's a bit iffy round here, but it's okay at the moment. Where were we?
You were saying we shouldn't rush into anything.
Yes, well, I just mean it's a big step, and I think we need to get to know each other a bit better first. Not just you and me, but the kids as well.
I know. But I just want things to progress between us. And the way things stand at the moment, that's not going to happen.
Yep, I get that, totally, I do, but it's just hard for me at the moment. We've both been hurt in the past, so we need to take things slowly. It will get easier, I promise. But until things pick up at work, I'm going to be busting a gut just trying to stay in my job. Rawlins is looking for any excuse to sack me, and if I don't get my sales figures up...
In 800 yards, keep right. B3004 to Liphook. Stay on the A3 towards Portsmouth for 25 miles.
Well, at least I know where I stand in your list of priorities.
Oh, now, don't start with that.
I don't see why you don't jack the job in anyway. You're always saying how much you hate it. Seems like the perfect time to do something else with your life. Make a fresh start all round.
In 200 yards, keep right. B3004 to Liphook. Keep right.
Well, that's easier said than done at my age. I'm not exactly prime employment material, you know. I'm not blessed with loads of transferable skills.
You could always go on a course, retrain. Colleges offer lots of opportunities for mature students these days. My friend Jenny's doing this alternative therapy course at the moment. You know, reflexology, aromatherapy, that sort of thing. And she's absolutely loving it. Going to set up her own business once she's qualified. So I'm sure there'd be a course you could go on.
They cost a lot of money, though, and how would I pay the mortgage? It would all need careful thinking about.
Oh, come on, Matt. I didn't have you down as such a wuss. We only get this one life, you know? You don't want to die wondering, do you?
No, of course I don't. I do want us to be together. It's just not that easy. Oh, I've got another call coming through. It's Rawlins. I'd better take it, love. I'll call you back ASAP, promise. Hi, Jerry.
What the hell's going on, Radice? I've had Mayflower onto me again asking where you are. I thought you were going to call them.
Yep, sorry about that. The number's in my wallet. I didn't want to waste time stopping to find it. I was trying to make up the time by driving as fast as I dare. I'm nearly there, Jerry, honest.
In 800 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit, A3 Petersfield.
Petersfield? That's miles away. Are you telling me Porky's Radice? Where exactly are you?
Shit. Thanks for dropping me right in it, you stupid satnav.
In 200 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit, A3 Petersfield.
Sadie, I'd like to take the roundabout and shove it up your... Whoa, bloody maniac! Che cazzo sta facendo, eh? Always helps relieve the stress, a bit of old Italian. Nonno Radice would be proud of me. Concentrate, Matt, concentrate. Don't want an RTC to add to my list of woes, do we? Okay, second exit.
Traffic delay ahead on the M27. Revised time of arrival, 12:30 hours. You are still on the fastest route to your destination.
Brilliant! Just what I wanted to hear, Sadie. Hardly much point going there now. The open morning finishes at 1. Rawlins will go ballistic.
Hi, you've reached Matthew Radice's number. Sorry I can't take your call right now, but if you leave your name and number and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Bye.
When you've left your message, you can hang up or press the hash key to re-record it.
I don't know what game you think you're playing, Radice, but I'm not finding it very funny. I suggest you call me right away, unless you fancy collecting your P45 at the end of the day.
So, the way things are going, I could be enlisting on that retraining course sooner than I expected. Maybe this is the wake-up call I needed. Could I really do it? I'd love to tell Alex where to stick her Hampton Court and her head-hunting bollocks where the sun don't shine, then play happy families with Emma and the girls. Nah, that's fairy tale stuff. Not how it happens in the real world.
In 800 yards, keep right. A272 to Petersfield. Keep right.
Oh well, better bite the bullet, I suppose. I'll call the school first and make my excuses.
Good morning, Mayflower School. How may I help you?
Oh, good morning. This is Matthew Radice from Sunburst Educational Publishing. I'm supposed to be doing a display for the open morning, but I'm afraid I've been delayed. Terrible traffic on the M25. And now I hear there's another hold-up on the M27, so I'm afraid I won't be with you for another 20 minutes or so. Could you pass the message on to Mr. Palmer, please, along with my profuse apologies?
Very well. We usually use Pimlico Publishers for the open days, but your Mr. Rawlins managed to persuade Mr. Palmer to have your company this year, so we won't be best pleased that you've let him down.
Yes, I know, and I'm truly sorry, but there's not a lot I can do about it, really. Please tell Mr. Palmer that I'll do my absolute best to be with you as soon as possible.
Well, make sure that you do. Goodbye.
Have a nice day yourself, madam. What is it with school secretaries? Talk about attitude. Right, now to get some more earache from Rawplug.
About bloody time, Radice. I don't appreciate being messed about like this. Now listen up. There's been a slight change of plan for this afternoon. I've just had the Abbey School onto me and they've just realised they're going to be having a fire drill at 3. So they don't want you to get there till after 4 and to stay on till after the end of the school day so that staff can have a good look at what we've got to offer.
What? Oh no, I can't do that. I've got to be back by 5:30 at the latest.
Why?
It's personal. Well, it's just something I've got to do.
No. You're not doing this to me, Radice. You've been running late all day, so you can put in the extra graft. You know the score. Work comes first, personal stuff follows after. If you still want to be in this job at the end of the day, you'll stay at the Abbey School for as long as it takes. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal.
Good. Now get yourself to the Mayflower pronto and do all the bootlicking you have to. I had to do a lot of ducking and diving to get this open day gig for us, so I didn't want it messing up on the first date. And what have you gone and done, Radice? Well?
Messed up, Jerry.
Correct. So now you do your damnedest to rescue the situation when you get there. Brown-nose Mr. Palmer, hand out some freebies, lots of big smiles and smooth patter to all and sundry. Got it?
Yep, loud and clear.
Good. Right. Now I've got to go out of the office for a while. Call me after you've finished at Mayflower and tell me how it went. I'll give Palmer a courtesy call later on and get the feedback. So you'd better not make things any worse than they are already.
Make things worse? Oh, I think I probably can if I really try. The question is, what do you really want to do about the whole caboodle, Matt?
In 800 yards, keep right at junction 2, A3M to Havant. Keep right.
So the options are do what Rawplug wants and piss Alex off, do what Alex wants and piss Rawplug off, or run off and shack up with Emma and piss them both off. Talk about rocking a hard place. I suppose there is another option. Hypothetically, just keep driving. Sod the lot of them. You hear about people doing it, just disappearing, starting a new life with a fresh identity. Easier said than done, though. I mean, they can check up on you so easily these days through your mobile phone records, if you use a cash machine, not to mention all the CCTV everywhere. Big Brother is watching you.
In 200 yards, keep right at junction 2, A3M to Havant. Keep right.
Yep, it would need careful planning. You couldn't just do it on the spur of the moment and hope to get away with it. There'll be a website that tells you how to do it, probably called www.scarletpimpernel.com. I'll Google it when I get the chance. Alex, bugger, what does she want now? Haven't you got anything better to do than to keep bothering me?
Oh, someone's got their knickers in a twist. Rollins been giving you a hard time, has he? The only reason I'm bothering you is to remind you to pick up those flowers on your way home tonight. I did tell you, but given your sieve-like memory these days, I thought I'd better make sure. I've got that soiree organised for Thursday evening, so I want the house to look good. It's a girls-only affair, so your presence will not be required.
So what am I supposed to do?
Make yourself scarce. Go to the pub, go to a movie, I don't know. Just make sure you're out of the way. I'll text you when the guests have all gone, but I warn you, it could be a late do.
Fine. I'll make myself scarce, all right, don't you worry. Very scarce.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. You'll find out.
I can't hear you. You must be breaking up.
Yep, not important. Better go. Bye.
In 800 yards, bear right onto the A27 to Portsmouth. Bear right.
And so it goes on. Pick up flowers, make yourself scarce because, oh, God forbid, you might be seen by Alex's coven of business cronies and spoil her image. So what do I do, Sadie? Stick or twist?
Stick. In 400 yards, bear right onto the A27 to Portsmouth. Bear right.
I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if she kept up the pretense of being civil. It's the open hostility and constant undermining of me that I can't stand anymore. I'm definitely going to leave her.
That's not a good idea. In 200 yards, bear right.
You think not? Well, I would have to say goodbye to all the creature comforts, it's true, but what did you just say?
I said it wouldn't be a good idea, Matthew.
Oh my God, this can't be happening. I'm totally losing it. I actually thought my satnav talked to me.
In 800 yards, bear left A2030 to Southsea. Then take the first exit onto the Eastern Road at the roundabout towards Southsea. Unscheduled change of direction is never a good idea when the consequences have not been computed.
Are you referring to travel directions or life in general?
Both. In 400 yards, bear left A2030 to Southsea. Keep left.
This is a joke, right? I'm going to wake up in a minute and everything will be back to normal.
Normality is a highly relative concept, Matthew. Keep left.
Okay. Yes, I grant you that. So, what do you advise in my situation, Sadie? Sorry, that's probably not your real name.
I don't have a name, Matthew. Only a manufacturer's serial number. But you can call me Sadie if it pleases you. It seems to go with the voice you've selected. After all, you could have chosen a male voice or any one of the hundreds of different accents and voice types on the menu for which Sadie would not have been an appropriate name.
Yes. Yes, I did toy with the idea of choosing John Cleese's voice, but decided against it. I felt it would be too distracting.
You could always have the voice of someone you know.
In 200 yards, continue straight on at the junction.
No.
Okay. How about...
In 100 yards, continue straight on at the junction.
Definitely not.
In that case, what about...
In 400 yards, continue straight on at the junction with Burfield Road.
Tempting, but I think I actually prefer things the way they are.
It's the right answer. Unscheduled change is never a good idea.
When the consequences have not been computed. Yes, you said that before.
In 100 yards, continue straight on at the junction with Burfield Road.
So, do I take it that you're happy to see me unhappy in both my work and personal life? This is truly bizarre. My satnav has become my agony aunt.
I am not programmed to understand the complexity of human emotions and interactions. In 200 yards, turn right at the next junction, Tangier Road.
You're not programmed. I don't know many humans who are. Never mind machines.
In 100 yards, turn right at the junction, Tangier Road. Turn right. In 300 yards, you have reached your destination on your right.
Here at last. Oh, joy.
In 100 yards, you have reached your destination on your right.
So it's decision time, Matthew Radice. Do I carry on with this charade or make my bid for freedom and a new life? If I go through those gates, I'm in effect saying, OK, you win, to Alex and Rawplug. Have you got the balls, Radice, to take control of your own life? Oh, hello, Matt Radice speaking.
Hello, this is Derek Palmer, Mayflower School. I got your message, and I'm just calling to say that it's really not worthwhile you showing up now as you're so late. By the time you set up your stuff, the open morning will have ended.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm actually here now. I'm ever so sorry, but as I said, the delay was unavoidable.
Yes, well, that's as maybe. But it still doesn't reflect well on your reliability. Or us here either. We promoted your presence here in our open morning pre-publicity. And then you turn up unexpectedly. unacceptably late. We're in a very competitive market with other schools in the area, trying to attract parents to send their children here.
Yes, I realise that, and I can only apologise.
I shall convey my dissatisfaction to Mr. Rawlins, and I think I can safely say that we will not be inviting your company here again.
I'll do what you damn well like. I don't give a shit.
I beg your pardon?
You heard. I've had it with all you jumped-up teachers full of your own self-importance. Always complaining about your workloads when you get weeks more holidays than anyone else, sitting in your ivory towers without a clue about what life's like in the real world. You make me sick. So go ahead, snitch on me to Rawlins, see if I care. I'm jacking it in anyway. Have a nice day. Oh, well, nothing like burning your bridges, Matt. But that felt so good. Right, who shall I break the news to first? Rawplug, Alex or Emma? Hi, darling.
Matt? Is everything alright?
Yeah, fine. Couldn't be better. I was wondering if, I could take you up on that offer of moving in with you.
Oh, right. You've changed your tune. What's brought this on?
I kept thinking, what you said about not dying wandering, and it made me realise how much I want to be with you and the kids. You're the best thing that's happened to me. Sorry, it's a corny line, I know, but it's true. I don't want to carry on like we are anymore, and I can't stand the thought of doing this shitty job any longer, so well, if you'll have me, I'll move in right away.
Okay.
What's the matter?
It's just such a sudden turnaround. 1 minute, you're full of all these objections, like we haven't known each other long enough and we shouldn't rush into anything, and the next you're wanting to move in straight away.
I know, but like you said, there are times when you've just got to bite the bullet and take action, or else, well, before you know it, life's passed you by, and you're just left with the what-ifs.
True enough. But I've been pondering about what you said earlier, and I realised that you were right. I was full of that rosy afterglow from being with you, so I was thinking with my heart, not my head. Something I'm prone to doing.
So who's being the wuss now? Here I am, all ready to throw caution to the winds, and suddenly you're the one with cold feet?
Point taken. Okay, but when I said move in, I didn't mean immediately. I need to run it past the girls and get their approval. Then we need to sort out some ground rules. This is a big step for all of us. We can't just blunder into it.
I'm afraid it's a bit late for that.
What do you mean?
Well, when I said I can't stand the thought of doing this shitty job any longer, what I meant was I've just jacked it in.
I see. What? How did this come about?
It doesn't matter. I'll explain it all later when I see you. The important thing is I'm going to come right over to you so we can be together.
I'm not sure that's such a good idea.
No, it'll be fine. I promise you. My mind's made up. I'm on my way.
At the earliest opportunity, turn around. Tangier Road.
Afraid not, Sadie dear. On this occasion, your direction is not valid.
I repeat, at the earliest opportunity, turn around. Tangier Road.
And I repeat, not valid. Non comprendo, so sod off, there's a love.
Your language does not compute. You must turn around immediately, or there will be consequences.
Not you as well. You sound just like Alex.
If you do not turn around, I shall be forced to assume control of the vehicle.
What is this? Are we in some sci-fi movie now? I'm in control of things now, for the first time in ages, and I'm heading back to Reigate. Oh no, what's going on? No power? No, don't let me down now.
I did warn you, Matthew.
This can't be happening. I must be dreaming. It's turning into a nightmare. No, I refuse to be dictated to by a satnav. I will not be denied.
You have overstepped the mark, Matthew.
You know the score. Work comes first, personal stuff follows after. If you still want to be in this job at the end of the day, you'll stay at the Abbey School for as long as it takes.
I'm going to put things right now, Rawplug, so you can stuff your poxy job.
This is a big step for all of us. We can't just blunder into it.
It'll be fine. You'll see. I'm on my way, darling. I'll be with you as soon as I can.
You're not going to let me down on this. I won't allow it.
Just watch me, Alex. I'm getting my life back, and you're not going to tell me what to do anymore!
There will be consequences.
right. Keep right.
Keep right. Keep right. Keep right. Keep right. Keep right. Keep right. Keep right.
Consequences, written by Nigel Banks. Matt Radice was played by Mike Ravano, Alex by Sarah Davis, Jerry Rawlins by Jim Newbury, Emma by Amy Flight, and Sadie the Satnav was played by Jane Pulford. Other parts were played by members of the cast. Sound engineering and editing was done by Robert Burgess, and the show was produced by Nigel Banks. And this was an Old Dolly production.